Next, we continue our series, Rethinking College, with a look at the nation's first statewide youth apprenticeship program. As Hari Srinivasan reports, it offers high school and college credit and pays students for their work. This story is part of our weekly education segment, Making the Grade.
I do all the programming. I'm actually running a simulation program here that you can see.
In Colorado, this factory floor may be the classroom of the future.
This goes into that hopper, gets melted back into a liquid as it goes through the machine.
And these students may be hired for prime jobs before they even finish high school.
Here's the handheld unit that this goes into.
Manufacturers like Intertech Plastics in Denver are facing critical shortages of skilled labor, and they want to teach teens how to work for them.
We couldn't support the growth in both facilities because we didn't have the people.
Noel Ginsberg is the CEO.
From the day I started the company to this day, the biggest challenge we had was around having the right people with the skills we needed to grow the business. We have 40,000 unfilled tech jobs in Colorado. College is not cheap, right? So if you could earn up to 40 or 50 credit hours to college by working in a business like this and get paid and get your high school diploma, who would want to do that? It's a pretty cool deal.
Colorado's Governor John Hickenlooper is behind the idea.
We are one of the fastest growing economies in the country. You can't sustain that without talent. And it is a global competition for talent now. And a lot of that talent is not PhDs and the superstars. A lot of that talent is middle skills.
Partnering with the state, Ginsberg founded CareerWise, an apprenticeship program that links Colorado industries and school districts.
We have to look and see what is our process capability.
Starting this year, high school juniors and seniors can spend 3 school days a week as on-the-job apprentices, earning classroom credit and a paycheck.
We'd like to have 230 career paths that will, in 10 years, serve 20,000 young people in a whole host of careers, from banking and finance to advanced manufacturing.
We're going to reset the machine.
Colorado leaders believe they're in the forefront of addressing what economists call a middle skills gap, unfilled jobs that require more than high school but less than a 4-year college degree.
For more than 30 years, we took on this challenge that we were going to make sure every kid went to college and that this is the only solution, but we've barely nudged the needle in terms of how many kids actually go to college and graduate. And in that sense, I think it's been a failure.
I was part of that mantra saying everybody should go to college. The reality of it is, that's never going to happen. In this country, what are the percentages? 28% at best will get a 4-year degree in this country. So we're essentially telling everybody else that they can't be successful in our economy and in our country, and it's simply not true.
So what you do is turn this.
After graduating high school, the program offers apprentices full-time employment and financial support toward community college degrees.
Right there.
The pitch convinced visiting high school student Kevin Rockamore to add another choice to his career path.
So what are you going to do after you graduate high school? What are you thinking right now?
So I have a plan A, plan B. Plan A, hopefully, is to go to the major leagues. Just start off, go to college, play baseball.
Okay, I don't know your athletic skill, but let's just say your baseball career stops in high school. What are you going to do?
My plan B was to be manufacturing engineering.
Alejandro Garcia's parents were thrilled to hear he was accepted into the program.
Nosotros queríamos que fuera a la universidad.
We preferred him to attend university. That's what we wanted. But when we heard of this opportunity, we jumped straight on it.
But will schools become training grounds for industry? Will apprentices miss out on crucial classroom learning?
You know, the idea that the critical thinking and the kind of the long-term life lessons that you pick up being in an academic environment, those are necessary too.
They are, but what I believe is that those skills can be learned in a workplace, because the workplace is real and you have different personalities. I think soft skills are better taught in business, not in the classroom.
You can see here all around the trains.
Looking to fine-tune their apprentice program, Colorado leaders traveled to Switzerland, where 40% of companies offer student apprenticeships.
So why apprenticeship? Swiss firms do not only train because it's a tradition. There is an economic rationale.
It is an investment into young people for making sure that we have got a lower unemployment rate.
Susie Levine, former U.S. ambassador to Switzerland, hosted the delegation and is now working with Colorado's CareerWise apprentice program.
We're at the front end of an apprenticeship renaissance in the United States. When you look back at Hamilton and Franklin, started out as apprentices. In Switzerland, 2/3 of young people go into apprenticeship. Their youth unemployment is just 3.2%. We needed that here in the United States.
I think what Colorado is doing is a great first step.
Gail Mello is the president of New York LaGuardia's Community College, which also offers programs that link high school students to middle skills. While enthusiastic about Colorado's new program, Mello cautions that Europe and the United States have very different social structures.
The challenge is that if we model those steps exactly at what happens in Switzerland, we don't have the robust safety nets. So our robust health benefits, the living wages, those are often not part of American businesses.
And she's concerned that apprenticeships could lead to short-lived jobs that improved technology could eventually wipe out.
And it's not a dead-end job.
It's a job that's going to lead to a better job, that'll lead to a better job. That's what we used to call a career.
There you go. Good job.
For now, Colorado's apprenticeships are financed by federal and state funds, business, and philanthropy. But the future plan is for industry to provide the biggest investment. In Denver, for the PBS NewsHour, I'm Hari Srinivasan.